When I first left Vashon Island, I was in a bad state because of people in my environment. I was too stupid. I trusted white liberals. I trusted people that stabbed me in the back, like Josh DeHaven, Justin Tallman, Nicolette St. Marie, Susha Sauer, etc. And this did not produce the best results. But I began to save myself from people I trusted. And so I began to label them into generalizations that were classifications of behavioral traits to avoid. Specifically white liberals and secularists. Because the only place I've lived on Vashon Island that didn't have any marijuana smoking or cigarette smoking on the property and didn't push alcohol on me was a Christian woman's house. I think her son smokes weed now. So obviously Christians, white people are white people, whatever identity they have as far as religion or politics go, they are at the core nature white. Which means, of course, drugs and sex and all kinds of white people things, right? Not that those things are just white people things, but there's a reason that the West, white countries, have higher rates of drug overdose deaths and STDs than Islamic countries, etc. Anyway. Whew. Sorry, I'm a bit tired. So when I left there, I began to go more conservative, to the antithesis, the antagonist to the agonist, right? So white Christian conservatives. I thought going into church and supporting Trump and going towards republicanism on Facebook and the internet would get me to there I go with the word like again, would get me to a place that was not what I labeled Seattle, a environment that was not positively reinforcing of sobriety and abstinence from drugs and sexual morality, but a hypersexualized hookup culture of drug abuse and addiction. Therefore, conservatism and Christianity would be the pockets of morality in the sea of leftist immorality, atheist immorality. Boy, was I wrong. But internally I changed, even if this was not reflected in the external world. And one of those things is I began to do my own repairs on my prosthetics. Instead of relying on the government to do it all for me and taxpayers to pay for everything. I went 4 years without getting a new prosthetic. I'm eligible for 2 a year. They probably charge 800 to 1,500% profit compared to what they spend. These things maybe $300 to $400 in materials at most. Likely a lot less because they can source it from China in places where it's pennies on the dollar, literally. And then bill the insurance company $10,000 per prosthetic. So I've saved the taxpayer over the years $60,000 to $80,000. Because that wasn't the only 4-year streak that I've gone without a new prosthetic. And as I began to educate myself and do my own repairs, I applied that to other areas of my life. So instead of just being a victim of my own decisions and blaming society and then relying on the government and taxpayers and society to do everything for me, I began to do it for myself. And that led to identifying marijuana, including secondhand marijuana, as a cause of problems, health problems, mental health problems, etc., and avoiding it and things like that. Again, this is all internal because where I live right now, I can't go with my own race. All the Mexicans that live around me do the weed. But not weed necessarily. It might be CBD, which is legal here because corrupt government, fucked up shitbag society. Corrupt by greed. They lie about why it's legal. Oh, it's medicinal, man, and blah, bullshit. They only care about money. Racist laws are racist and draconian. Yeah, Draco was awesome. I love his laws. We should bring them back. Look at society. Look at the state of affairs. Oh, yeah, man, this is the fucking answer. Weed. Look at all the wonders it's done for California and Oregon and Seattle and Colorado, New Mexico, etc. You don't like meth zombies and blacks stealing all your shit as they loot your stores on a daily basis, you're a bigot. You don't like to walk past the smell of urine and feces and decaying, overdosed homeless people on your daily commute. You're a racist. And so forth and so on. So, out here, it's the same thing. The hook broke off over a year ago, and I have no help or care or support because I'm in a very conservative area, which is very big against government dependency. Instead of bitching about that, I love it, because that reduces bums. And by reducing bums, that reduces liberals and atheists. The Christians around here do have quite a bit of work ethic. It's completely different than New Mexico or Seattle, etc. Not that there aren't Christians with work ethic in Seattle, but out here it's very different. So I've just been using it for push-ups. I had a weight set. Need a hook to do the weights. Yeah, push-ups. They are making me a new one now. Took over a year to even get ordered. I haven't had a checkup in a long time, but I think I'm diabetes free and stuff like that because of all these exercises. So by applying diet and exercise and avoiding secondhand marijuana and drugs in general, my self-applied mental health care is way more effective than the 6 to 8, I think it may be 8 by now, failed attempts at state-provided mental health care and support. Now, instead of that being rewarded, I am punished by my family, by society, by the state, because the state is corrupt, and by the church. The church, not as much, as in the Christian church. They'll support, oh yeah, good for you, but they don't really pick up arms and fight the drug dealers, the weed growers, the pornographers, the gay pornographers, the globalists. Too pacifist, too masochist, the massacrist. The state, if the state wanted to reward me, they would enforce drug laws. They would recriminalize not just marijuana, but hemp and CBD. There's been deaths caused by CBD. Not weed, not THC. Cannabinoids have caused death. 4-year-old in Virginia. Just one. So, yeah, the state is punishing me by inaction. Global economic terraforming with COVID. Global economic terraforming with pornography. Global economic terraforming with drugs. Social control mechanisms. Population control. Fuck me. And then you get the hippies like DeHaven and Sauer and Tallman, the English and the German descended peoples. And they are the typically anti-government, oh yeah, the government's bad, man. Oh, well, they legalized weed. Well, now we agree with the government, but also the government's bad. Even though they did the thing we like. Totally not suspicious. Even though I've been saying for years you can't trust the government, now you can trust the government because they legalized weed and that's good for my money. Right? That's the hippie attitude of DeHaven and them. Yeah. Tallman, Sauer, I don't know, fucking name them all. Nicolette St. Marie, Hip Hopper and Chai, and Barefoot, or whatever the fuck his name is now. Footy Tallman. Anyway, slutty Sauer. But, yeah. They are an example of when you remove the government from a population, the population is still shitty and corrupt. And so they'll blame the government for either doing the thing or not doing the thing. Oh, bad things happen. This is the government's fault for causing it. Or, this is the government's fault for not preventing it. For not acting. Or, no matter what the government does, they can't do anything right and everything's automatically their fault. So don't blame us for our own actions, man. Right? This is why anarchist societies don't work. Because of fuck up drug pushers like DeHaven and Tallman and all these people. If they wanted to succeed with me as a friend, right? I don't even know if they're going to tell the lie anymore that they're my friends, but 10 years ago, 20 years, or yeah, 15 years ago they did. They would have quit marijuana with me and quit alcohol and not pushed alcohol on me. If I were to go back to Vashon with all these facts that I know to be true, they would still push drugs and alcohol on me and just deny the connection that I have schizophrenia and that marijuana set it off. White people are hardcore like that. They are fucking the worst assholes on earth. Not that us brown people are much better, but literally the worst fucking lowest of the lowest scum in that respect. They could stalk my videos. They could watch all this content and know that I'm right in the back of their minds. And what they know in here and what they say with this, two different things.